Um, we're having kind of an unconventional virtual business before hours today, but we're still excited to be here all together. I am joined by the rest of the business services team and village manager Phil Corrali. So I'd like to recognize Phil, assistant village manager Sharon Tanner, and our development services manager Taylor Baxter. I think you all know me, but I'm our management analyst, deputy village clerk, Jordan Lester, and today we're going to be going over a couple of things. Excuse me while our PowerPoint advances a couple of slides. First, I'll start with the welcome. We're going to provide a quick overview of the financial assistance programs that are offered to small businesses from a variety of government levels, starting with the state of Illinois, then our federal programs, and Cook County. We're going to talk about an overview of the village outreach efforts, and at the end, if you have any questions, we're going to open it up for a dialogue. They don't have to be specifically questions about today's presentation. I'm sure that there have been a lot of questions that you have had throughout the past month. We are so appreciative that you have your business in Glencoe, and the business services team and the rest of the village staff are here to help you along the way. I will say just a disclaimer before we go into some of these programs, and I hope that throughout the emails I've shared with you, that this theme has been kind of an undercurrent throughout. A lot of these programs are changing rapidly. They're not through the village, and we're doing the best we can to monitor deadlines, to monitor applications, application timeframes, and even web pages, might change. So what we'd like to convey to you is just the importance of, if you are interested in a program, if you have applied, to please keep checking, to please keep attuned to any information that's coming out. We don't want you to miss a deadline. We're going to do the best we can. So it's just critical that things are rapidly changing and that we're paying attention. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start today with an overview of the state of Illinois programs. One moment, please. I'm just going to, there we go. So the state of Illinois, in response to COVID-19, last month, about a month ago already, Governor J.B. Pritzker announced a new package of about $90 million in emergency assistance programs for small businesses across the state. This first set of financial assistance program is available through the Illinois Departments of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. At the end of today's presentation, I'm going to share this hopefully with you all and the rest of the business community, and so that way any link that you see, you can click on it and then you can be guided to the corresponding web page. So there's a variety of programs that the state has available. The ones that are pertinent to Village of Glencoe businesses are the Illinois Small Business Emergency Loan Fund. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, the state had offered a hospitality emergency grant program. I will say that is no longer available. That was specifically on a first-come, first-served basis for restaurants, hotels. It was a select subsection of our business community. Again, it is no longer available, but that was available at one point. So the first program that is still available for Glencoe businesses is the Illinois Small Business Emergency Loan Fund. So as I mentioned, this is provided through the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, as well as the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. And I don't know how to pronounce this, so forgive me. Action. It is a nonprofit organization. And I think Sally Spell at the Chamber is able to join us. Welcome, Sally.
I just joined.
Welcome, Sally. We're excited to have you. Real quick, Sally, I've asked every participant for right now to mute their audio, so that way we don't get any feedback. If you wouldn't mind saving your questions for the end, we can have a group conversation about anything we're talking about today, or any other questions that the business community might have. So, Sally, I'm going to mute you right now. And one last thing, so you know, we are recording this, so businesses who aren't able to attend today can see it later. So, thank you for joining. So, Sally, we had just started today, and we were just starting with the Illinois Small Business Emergency Loan Fund. So this fund, the state has allocated $60 million in funding to support low interest loans of up to $50,000 for small businesses outside the city of Chicago. Um, what's important with this, and as well as other programs, the eligibility criteria is really important. So for this emergency loan fund, your business has to have fewer than 50 employees and less than $3 million in revenue for calendar year 2019. So applicants will owe nothing for 6 months and then will have to make fixed payments at a 3% interest for the remainder of a 5-year loan repayment period. Your loan funds must be used for working capital, and at least 50% of the loan proceeds must be applied towards payroll or other eligible compensation. And through this, you have to have a commitment of hiring or retaining at least 50% of your eligible business workforce for 6 months. This is a lot, and the link at the bottom of the presentation is going to share a little bit more information. Again, this is provided through the state, and it has its own specific criteria that's listed here. Okay, so that is just an overview of the main state program. Next, we're going to move into federal programs. Now, this is something that I want to have another disclaimer. The village is trying to stay aware of the level of appropriations at a federal level. So some of these programs, when they were first announced, the response was so overwhelmingly large that some of the funding is no longer there. I know that Congress and the federal level is working to get more appropriations. We'll keep you updated, but just a disclaimer as we're going through this, that some funding may not currently be available, but we anticipate that additional funding will be available soon. So through the federal level, we have the United States Small Business Association. These are SBA loans. You may have heard us share that information before. SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loans. So these funds are available because Governor Pritzker had declared an economic injury declaration for our entire state. So Illinois small businesses, Glencoe businesses, may be eligible for low interest economic injury disaster loans up to $2 million per business. This is a larger amount than the program offered in the state. The interest rates are also different as well. For small businesses, it's 3.75%. For nonprofits, it's 2.75%. Again, I'm not as familiar with the nitty gritty of the interest rates, and I would strongly recommend that you look at those details as well. So the eligibility criteria for the federal small business loans are different. You have to have under 500 employees as opposed to 50 with the state program. This can include private nonprofits, sole proprietorships, and independent contractors. And at the bottom of the slide, we have linked to an overview of COVID-19 financial resources that's provided. It's federal resources, but it's an overview that's provided by the state Department of Commerce and Economic Affairs. So this is the first federal program. So the second option, the CARES Act. So several of you have been in contact with me about our paycheck, the federal Paycheck Protection Program. So this is a program that I mentioned that does not currently have any funding available, but we're hopeful that it will have more funding soon. We're still going to go over this. It may be an option for your business when it's funded again. So through the Paycheck Protection Program, through the CARES Act, otherwise known as the Federal Stimulus Bill, The Small Business Association is providing approximately 349 billion in loans to small businesses. The emphasis on this is payroll. So the funds will be used to help cover payroll, rent, mortgage, interest, and utilities. The loan amount is even higher for this program. The interest rates are 1% for portions of the loan that do not qualify for loan forgiveness. What was so enticing about this program is that there is the caveat that your loan may be forgiven depending on the amount of people that you retain on your payroll. Again, for more specific information, I recommend that you look at the federal page. But because this one there's a lot of material with this one. So we'll stay tuned as to when funding is available. So that was an overview of the two main federal programs. And last but not least, Cook County has recently developed a program of its own, which is provided through the Cook County. Sorry, the Cook County Recovery Initiative. So this loan is provided through the county, and it offers a one-time zero interest loan of up to $20,000 for small businesses, and then $10,000 up to $10,000 for independent contractors in suburban Cook County. It's administered by the Chicago Community Organization. This is not for the state. To apply, businesses and independent contractors in suburban Cook County must meet these requirements. If you're a small business, you have to have fewer than 25 employees and then less than $3 million in revenue. If you're a gig worker, I don't know if we have any folks here that would apply for that, but at least half of your income would come from 1099 contract work. And then you have to have less than $100,000. I will say that Cook County has not opened the application period for this. If you are interested in applying at a future date, the link is down at the bottom of this slide. You have to sign up through email. You put in your email and your business information, and Cook County will send you automatic updates once they become available. So this is in the beginning stages of development. Cook County has some information out, but I would strongly encourage, if you are interested in this program, to sign up for those updates when they become available. So that was just a high-level overview of some of the state, federal, and county programs. Again, they're similar but very different in some regards. I So in addition to some of the information that we've been sharing with you about financial assistance options that are available to your small business, I wanted to touch on what we've been doing as the village to support you and to encourage the community to shop local and to support you as well. So what the business services team and Taylor and Sharon and I, we're working to reach out to businesses. I believe we've called some of you. We're working our way through the list. We've been in communication with the chamber. Thank you, Sally, for continuing to have a dialogue with us, letting us know what chamber members are having questions about and pushing our information. We really do appreciate that relationship that we have. We want to hear from you. We want to know what your business is, what your questions are, how we can support you further. We know this is a very challenging time, and I just want to underscore again, we're here to support you. We are here for you, and appreciate that you're here. Some of the ways that we have been promoting our businesses are through social media and our online communications. Can't emphasize enough the importance of our online communication tools right now. That's really the main way that we're able to engage with our residents and potential customers. So we've done a couple campaigns. We've done our distance socially, shop locally. You may have seen some of our signs on the corner of Green Bay Avenue that have that sign. We've done Takeout Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, so we're going to be doing another promotion, encouraging folks to order takeout or pick up from our local restaurants. We have done a social distancing bingo. If you have not seen that, we're pretty proud of that one. We were actually featured on the radio. Village Manager Phil Crowley had a little I'll put it on the radio for that. There are a couple squares that are again encouraging, like free businesses on Facebook or a social media platform to leave a positive review to order takeout. Things that are just encouraging folks to remember that our businesses are in downtown and Humboldt Woods. They're still there. And then last but not least, recently I reached out to you about a downtown business bear hunt. Some of you are participating. Thank you for putting that in your window. And if you have not heard, so over 130, probably more by now, residents and businesses are putting a little teddy bear, a picture of a teddy bear in the window for families to kind of do a scavenger hunt. If you are interested, we can dialogue offline about that. I can give you a printout of our business there. We can get you rocking and rolling. We can get you on the map. That folks can see that your business is participating. In addition to our social media campaigns, we have a dedicated page on our village website that we try to update as regularly as possible with business information and then links to a website or a social media profile that indicates hours if we're doing something special, such as virtual try-ons for items or things like that. Please let me know if your business information is not on there and you want it on there. Correct. We're trying to keep tabs, but please come to us. We want to help promote you as much as possible. In addition, we just went over the financial assistance information today. If I don't have your email address, or if I've been sending it to wrong email address, or you want to add somebody to our business list, let me know. We'd be happy to have you or an employee come in. More specifically for our restaurant community, the village worked pretty quickly when Governor Pritzker implemented the stay-at-home order. He implemented temporary rules that would allow restaurants with liquor licenses to sell packaged beer and wine for delivery or carryout. That's different from our normal rules, which liquor sales would be prohibited through delivery. But this is another option for our businesses to try to connect with people and keep business going. And last but not least, again, throughout this, we're here to answer any questions that you might have. And with that, I think it's a good segue for what questions you may have. Real quick, since you are all muted at this point, I'm going to, if you want to unmute yourself, and I'll try to unmute everyone, and be happy to answer any questions that you have at this time.
Jordan, this is Phil Corrali. I have to jump off to get onto another conference call, but I just wanted to underscore all that Jordan has said and what our business services team has been working on these past weeks to try to support all of you. And we appreciate that this is an extraordinary time for you individually, for your businesses, for our community as a whole, and we are grateful for all that you continue to do to contribute to this community. As Jordan said, please do reach out and let us know if there's something that we can help you with. We are ready and willing to try to work through those requests and to support you in any way that we possibly can. So I just wanted to, before I stepped off, say thank you and just encourage you to continue to stay in contact and be well. Thank you.
Hi, this is Gloria Matlin, and I'm newer to the whole thing here. I just wanted.
Hey, we're happy to have you.
I just also wanted to give a great shout out to Sally with the Chamber. She has been extraordinary and really helpful throughout this whole craziness that we're all going through. And I can't tell you how helpful it's been and how easy it is to get to her and to everybody else in the village who's been really extraordinary. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Sally, 1 second, I'm going to unmute you. Try again.
I just wanted to thank Gloria. That was very kind of her. And I'll just mention, if Jordan, if you would send me that bear email, I'll be happy to e-blast it out again. And I'll just say that today, like the last several Tuesdays, I will be sending an email out to our members to ask them if they have any updates, new activities, that kind of thing that the chamber and the village can post on social media.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gloria, and again, Sally and the chamber's efforts are very much appreciated.
Hey, Jordan, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Sam, we can hear you. Good morning.
This is Sam Tamkin. Thank you. I'm glad you're having this conversation. I did want to give a shout out to North Shore Community Bank. They have come through for a fair number of the people that I know that have applied in Glencoe, the North Shore Exchange, and also my wife's business. And that was comforting to have them involved to get the PPP loans. I've heard that some of the other banks and the larger institutions have had difficulty getting those loans out. So I did want to give a shout out to the bank.
It's very kind, and we should reach out to them too. I'm glad to hear that the local banks are able to support local businesses. That's great. Thank you, Sam.
Hi, Jennifer from the North Shore CVB. Good morning, everybody. I just also want to, hi. If you, I can get you guys our information, my email address, but we're also promoting out restaurant and retailers, members and non-members out on our social media pages. And we have a couple of special microsites up on our website as well. Anything that we can do to, help get the word out about your businesses, we want to help.